Hello learners, in our last lecture we have explained the utility concepts and also we have defined the law of diminishing marginal utility. In this lecture we are going to explain long-windedly the law of diminishing marginal utility and also the consumer's equilibrium through cardinal utility approach. Let us start first with the law of diminishing marginal utility, its definition. Law of DMU, defined as the amount of goods consumed increases, the additional satisfaction, that is the additional marginal utility, the additional satisfaction of that goods tend to diminish. Or in other words, we can say, as we consume more and more units of a commodity, the additional utility derived from each successive unit of consumption goes on decreasing. What is the reason for this law? The diminishing marginal utility results from the fact that our enjoyment of the goods drops off as more and more of it is consumed. We'll explain the law of diminishing marginal utility with the help of example. But before we explain it, let us know what are the assumptions of the law of DMU. The first assumption is utility is measured in terms of cardinal unit, that is utils, means 1, 2, 3 utils. Next, it is assumed that utility is measurable in monetary terms. It is assumed that consumption is a continuous process. For example, if one ice cream is consumed in the morning and another in the evening, then the second ice cream may provide equal or higher satisfaction as compared to the first one. So there must be continuous consumption of different units of a commodity. Next is no change in quality, price and income of consumer. Quality of commodities consumed to be uniform, means all the units of a good will be of same quality and the price of the commodity will remain same and income of the consumer will be given. The consumer is assumed to be rational. Who is rational? Who measures, calculates and compares the utilities of different commodities and aims at maximizing total satisfaction. Then we have goods are not perfectly standardized. That is, all the commodities consumed by consumer are independent. It means marginal utility of one commodity has no relation with marginal utility of another commodity. So, one person's utility is not affected by the utility of any other person. Next is marginal utility of money remains constant. We know as consumer spends money on the commodity, he is left with lesser money to spend on other commodities. In this process, the remaining money becomes dear to the consumer and it increases MU of money for the consumer. But such an increase in MU of money is ignored. As marginal utility of commodity has to be measured in monetary terms, it is assumed that marginal utility of money remains constant. Consumer must have perfect knowledge. It is assumed that the consumer knows the different goods on which his income can be spent and the utility that he is likely to get out of such consumption. It means that the consumer has perfect knowledge of the various choices available to him. So these are the assumptions of the law of DMU. Now let us explain the law of diminishing marginal utility with the help of example, and we'll see also in table. Let us recall the question. What is the reason for the law of diminishing marginal utility? The diminishing marginal utility results from the fact that our enjoyment of the goods drops off as more and more of it is consumed. Suppose a consumer is hungry and starts to eat apples. The first unit of apple gives him 6 utils, Now marginal utility starts to diminish with the consumption of every successive units of apples. Hence, the consumer gets 4 to 0 minus 2 of marginal utility from the consumption of second, third, fourth and fifth. When he consumes fourth unit of apple, it does not give any additional satisfaction to him. So mu is 0 because it is a point of satiety for him. Hence the marginal utility of fourth unit of apple becomes 0. If he goes on consuming apple even after this point of satiety, it may create some trouble for him. It may give adverse effect on his stomach. Hence the marginal utility of fifth unit becomes negative, that is minus 2 in this table. This law of diminishing marginal utility can be explained with the help of the diagram. We have measured in y-axis marginal utility and x-axis units of consumption. Now if you see this is the MU curve we have drawn on the basis of the table, that units. So what you find, the fourth unit mu is 0, so mu curve intersects the x-axis at 4 units, showing that mu is equal to 0. Before 4 units mu is positive, and beyond 4 units mu is negative, that is in 5 units mu is negative minus 2. Okay, what we find, mu curve slopes downward, showing decrease in utility with each successive unit of consumption. So mu curve slopes downward, representing the relationship between units of consumption and the marginal utility inversely related. That means if we increase this one, then mu will decrease. Now this is the point of satiety, mu is equal to 0. If you consume this, if you consume less, suppose 3 units, then what we find, he is not getting this amount of satisfaction, because when he consumes fourth unit, he will get equal to the satisfaction, the area under the mu curve. This total amount will be the satisfaction, because Tu is equal to summation of mu. Now if he stops here in 3 units, he is not going to get this amount of satisfaction, so this is his loss. Similarly, if he increases more than 5, say 5 units here, so this amount of satisfaction will be taken away from the previous satisfaction. Suppose from here is up to 4 units, he is getting 3 units, he is getting 12. Now if he does not consume this, then he will not going to get this amount of satisfaction. And if he consumes here, then his satisfaction becoming 10 total satisfaction, because this is -2, it is subtracted from the previous amount of satisfaction. So you come to know how the marginal utility decreases. Now let us see consumer equilibrium or law of EQ marginal utility. What is the law of EQ marginal utility? A consumer's equilibrium refers to a situation wherein a consumer gets maximum satisfaction out of his limited income and he has no tendency to make any change in his existing expenditure. But before we explain the EQ marginal utility, all the assumptions which we have made for the law of diminishing marginal utility will be applicable. Along with, there must be the law of diminishing marginal utility will operate. So all the assumptions of law of diminishing marginal utility along with operation of law of EQ marginal utility. Now to find out the consumer's equilibrium, we have different equilibrium conditions for different type of goods. Number one, in case of free good. Suppose X is a free good. You need not to pay for it. In that case, how many units of a free good the consumer will consume? The condition is marginal utility of the free good is equal to 0. Now suppose the MU of a commodity is known to us, and that is 6420 minus 2 with the level of consumption 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. What do we find here? At 4 units of consumption, MU is 0. Therefore, the consumer will consume 4 units of the commodity since marginal utility is 0. So the equilibrium condition, this table satisfies the equilibrium level of condition at 4 units of consumption of good X. This can be explained with the help of this diagram. This is the MU curve slopes downward and it intersects x-axis at 4. It indicates MU is equal to 0. Therefore, this is the point of satiety. Now, if he stops before it at 3, he is not going to get this amount of satisfaction. So, he is the loser. So, his satisfaction is not maximized before 4 units of consumption. So, the rational consumer will try to increase the consumption and he will reach 4 units of consumption where marginal utility is 0. Now, if he consumes more, then what will happen? This amount is showing negative marginal utility. Means what you have gained by consuming 4 units, the total gain will be subtracted by the gain of 5th unit of consumption. Means if total is 12, 6 plus 4 plus 2 plus 0 is 12 here, total satisfaction. Now if you consume 5th, then 12 minus 2, because on 5th satisfaction is 2, then it becomes 10 here. So consumer is loser. So consumer will not increase more than 4, or consumer will not withdraw the consumption anything less than 4. The second, in case of single, sometimes the question comes, how many units of a commodity a rational consumer will buy? Here the consumer has to buy. So this is the single good, economic good. For a single good, the consumer will buy that many units of a commodity where marginal utility of the economic good is equal to price of that good. And it is when mu of money is equal to 1. If we consider that marginal utility of money is equal to 1. Now, if marginal utility of money is not equal to 1, then mu of good x, marginal utility of good x, divided by price of good x is equal to marginal utility of money. Now, let us assume that the marginal utility of money is given, and that is 1. Now, this is the table given with marginal utility, and the price suppose is also given, that is per unit of the commodity is 2 rupees. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, mu is given 6, 4, 2, 0 minus 2, and price is 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. Now what do we find? Since price is constant, so in all levels the price will be 7. Now in the first unit, if you see, marginal utility is 6 and price is 2. So mu x is greater than px. Second unit, again we find mu 4, price is 2. So mu x is greater than price. Third unit of consumption, we find price is equal to marginal utility. So mu x is equal to px is equal to 2. This is the equilibrium level of consumption according to this condition. Now the next is 4 units. What do you find? Mu is 0, price is 2. So mu x is less than px. Fifth unit, what do you find? Mu is negative, price 2. So it is mu x is less than px. Now, according to this table, if you draw the mu curve and the price line, this is the price line and this is the mu curve. This price line intersects the mu curve at this point where mu x is equal to px is equal to 2. That means the consumer maximizes his satisfaction when he consumes 3 units of the commodity. Now if he consumes anything less than 3, where at this level what do you find? Mu is here. Less than 3 means 2 level, mu is 4. Here mu is 4 and price is 2. So how much he is when mu x is greater than px? There is a chance of getting additional satisfaction. Means he will pay this much. This is the price paid by him, this rectangle. And how much satisfaction he is getting? He is getting the satisfaction equivalent to this area. That means he is getting more than what he pays. That is called the consumer surplus. Now if he stops here, this additional or we can say surplus satisfaction he will not get. This is loss. If he stops here, this amount of satisfaction he will not get. So a rational consumer will increase the consumption of the commodity when mu x is greater than px. Clear? When mu x at this level, mu x is greater than price. So there is chance of getting additional satisfaction. So a rational consumer will not stop. He will move from 2 to 3 to get this additional satisfaction. So a rational consumer will not stop here. He will go till mu x is equal to px. Let us now see when mu x is less than px. At this level, at 4 units of consumption, mu x is less than px. This is the mu and this is the price. Now how much he is paying for it? he is paying this area. And how much satisfaction he is getting? This satisfaction. So he is paying for this, but he is not getting this satisfaction. This is taken away from the previous satisfaction. That means if he starts increasing the consumption more than 3, then there will be loss in satiety. So a rational consumer will not consume 4 units in this example. He will withdraw and will go back to 3 units where MUX is equal to PX. So therefore we can understand that a rational consumer will be equilibrium at that level of consumption of a commodity when MUX is equal to PX. So this is the equilibrium level and his satisfaction is maximized. Now in case of 2 or more goods, a consumer is said to be equilibrium when he spends his entire amount of money, income, in such a way that the ratios of marginal utilities of 2 goods and their respective prices are equal. So then how many units of 2 goods the consumer will consume? Suppose 2 goods are X and Y. X and Y 2 goods. The prices are given and the money income is also given. The conditions are equilibrium condition. The first condition is MUX by PX, marginal utility of good X divided by price of good X is equal to marginal utility of good Y divided by price Y, and that is equal to marginal utility of money. It is a necessary condition, but this condition is not sufficient. It follows the second condition, that is what? At this level, expenditure on good X plus expenditure on good Y is equal to money income. So the level of consumption of 2 goods X and Y where the ratios of marginal utilities, that is with their respective prices, are equal and the total expenditure on 2 goods must be equal to money income. Because why? Now this amount of income, he must spend his entire amount of income. This will be clear to us if we consider the following example. Suppose a consumer wants to purchase 2 goods X and Y, and the prices of X and Y are given, that is PX and PY, both rupee 1, and money income of the consumer is rupees 8, and also the marginal utility schedule of MUX and MUY is given. Now the question is, we need to find out the equilibrium level of consumption of 2 goods and the maximum satisfaction at equilibrium level. So let us see, the units are given 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The marginal utility of X is given 26, 21, 17, 13, 8 and 3. MUY is given 11, 9, 8, 6, 4, 2. PX is also given 1, 1, all are 1, price constant, and both 1, so PY also 1. Now we need to find out MUX by PX. Here the 1 is given, that's why MUX will be MUX by PX. If we divide 26 by 1, it will be 26. If it is 2, then if suppose PX is 2, then 26 divided by 2, it should be 13. But here 1, so it is 26, 21, 17, we have got 3. Now x MUY by PY, we have got 1198, same. And we have calculated total utility, that is summation of marginal utility 26 plus 21, 47, 47 plus 17, 64, 64 plus 13, 77, 77 plus 8, 85, 85 plus 3, 88. Similarly, 11, 11 plus 9, 20, 20 plus 8, 28, 28 plus 6, 34, 34 plus 4, 38, and 38 plus 2, 40. Okay, now let us see how to get the equilibrium. So now let us start from the first. 26, there is no 26, so it cannot be, the first condition is not satisfied. 21, there is no 21, so we cannot get 21. 17, there is no 17. Now 13, there is no 13. Now here it's 8. 8 is given. Now 8, and we get MUI by PY 8. So MUX by PX is equal to MUI by PY 8. Okay, first condition is satisfied. Now let us check the second condition. MUX by PX 8 when the consumer consumes 5 unit of X. So how much he spends? 5 multiplied by rupee 1 means 5 rupees. And MUY by PY is 8 at 3 units of consumption. So his expenditure on Y is equal to 3 into rupee 1, that is 3. So his total expenditure is 5 into 1 plus 3 into 1 is equal to 8, which is equal to the money income. So therefore MUX by PX is equal to MUY by PY is equal to 8 when the consumer consumes 5 units of X and 3 units of Y. And at the same time, what we find, the total expenditure is equal to money income. So both the conditions are satisfied. Therefore, the consumer will consume 5 units of X and 3 units of Y to be in equilibrium. And what will be his maximum satisfaction? How many units? 5 units. So TUX of 5. TUX of 5 is 85 utils. And TUY3 is 28. So 85 plus 28 is equal to 113 utils will be the maximum satisfaction. So in this way we need to find out the consumer equilibrium when the consumer is consuming 2 goods. What happens when MUX by PX is greater than MUY by PY? The first we can say the consumer is not in equilibrium at this level of consumption when MUX by PX is greater than MUY by PY. What happens? In this case, the consumer is getting more marginal utility per rupee for good X as compared to good Y. Therefore, consumer will buy more of good X and less of good Y. This will lead to fall in marginal utility of X and rise in marginal utility of Y. The consumer will continue to buy more of good X till MU of good X divided by price of X is equal to MU of Y divided by price of Y. So at this situation, consumer will buy more good of X when MUX is greater than MUX by PX is greater than MUY by PY. The other situation is what? At the level of consumption, when marginal utility of X divided by price of X is less than marginal utility of Y divided by price of Y. In this case, it is clear that in this case the consumer is getting more marginal utility per rupee for good Y as compared to good X. Therefore, consumer will buy more of good Y and less of good X. And if it happens, good Y purchasing more means mu will decrease. And you are purchasing less of good X, so mu of X will increase. This will lead to fall in mu Y, marginal utility of Y good, and rise in marginal utility of X good. The consumer will continue to buy more of Y good till marginal utility of X divided by price of X is equal to marginal utility of Y good divided by price of Y good. So we come to know the consumer's reaction when the equilibrium condition is violated. There are two situations, greater than or less than. Or you can say in other way, mu y by py is less than mu x by px. What will happen? This can also you change. Mu y by py is greater than mu x by px. It is the same thing. So we have seen that consumer equilibrium conditions in case of free good, in case of economic good, single economic good, and when the consumer is consuming two or more goods. It can be three goods also. So in this similar way, we can get the consumer's equilibrium level of consumption. That's all. Thank you.